Hello, everybody, and more than I can tell you, thank you for showing up to today's event. Today's event is an Ask Me Anything session with Johanna, a co-founder of the Metaverse Alliance, to answer your questions about the Metathon, a hackathon for blockchain developers. The Metaverse Alliance is a consortium of investors dedicated to fostering development of the metaverse via investment capital, business mentoring, and promotional events. Although NEO is a sponsor of the event and has made a $10,000 contribution to the prize pool, this hackathon is open to developers from any blockchain platform, not just NEO N3. The Metathon has a $300,000 prize pool and a very important special benefit. Everyone who submits an entry to the hackathon will be eligible for one-on-one mentoring for your business plan. And we have some special rewards for those of you that attended today, including 10 NFT drops and 5 $200 bonuses, which will be chosen at random from the participants. So please enjoy today's Ask Me Anything with Johanna, and make sure you start entering your questions now into the devlog channel on the NEO Discord so Johanna can select the best ones. And now, our special guest, Johanna. Johanna, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the Metaverse Alliance and the Metathon.
Thanks for the intro. Yeah, here is Johanna from Metaverse Alliance, and I'm the co-founder of the team here. And actually, I just leave the Binance Research. So I used to be the Binance Research members for the past 2 years and a half. And so very happy to have the chance to organize this one with Republic Capital and also LD Capital in China. And we are actually trying to build this one for Metaverse specifically. So we collaborated with several public chains, for example, NEO here, and also Binance Smart Chain, the Polygon and Solana, and also Avalanche. So we are welcome all the developers for different ecosystems and communities to come here, jump in the party to share whatever they thought about the metaverse and the games. And actually, we are onboarded all the greatest capital funds around the world as well, like Delta Digitals and HashK, for example, and also other capital venture capitals. So we are looking for any good projects from this hackathon, and we'd like to connect the communications with venture capitals with the projects and to help them to either build their ecosystems or to find their fundraising plans for the future. And also we have other great game projects on board as our partnerships as well. For example, Illuvium and also Sidus Heroes, the very hyped one for these days, and to let them to share some thoughts about the metaverse generally, and also how do they want to communicate with the metaverse in the long term. So actually here I have a chance to talk with all of you guys here. I think it's really friendly environment here. Really happy to have a chance to talk with you guys. So anyone, if you have any thoughts or creative ideas about the metaverse, feel free to jump into, or if you have any questions or you want to have some chance to talk with all our partnerships here, just quickly could prepare whatever you have as a deck or the white papers and to submit on our platform directly. We're gonna have the first round ended and closed at the end of this month. So that's a roughly timeline for the hackathon. So yeah, that's the brief introduction about myself. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Johanna. And I just want to say to everyone out there, this is a rare occasion. We have someone who is a heavyweight in this industry. So I know a lot of us are a little sleepy. I just had my coffee, but this is your possibly once in a lifetime chance to ask a person of this caliber and experience and connectedness questions that you have not only about this Metathon hackathon, but also about the Metaverse Alliance itself and how you can get in there, profit, and get your dApps noticed and possibly funded. So please, while I ask some prepared questions that I got earlier from the community to Johanna, this is your chance. Put in your questions into the devlog channel now. And by the way, your questions will have priority. Okay, Johanna, while we are waiting, I have some questions I'd like to ask you. Are you up for that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, first off, what is the Metaverse Alliance and why did the founding members find a need to establish a consortium?
Yeah, so basically this is kind of different with what we already have, like for the DeFi Alliance or what other alliance we have in the market already. So for this one is actually organized by Republic Capital and LD Capital specifically, but we wanted to build this one as a neutral station. We don't want it to be biased for any specific ecosystem or public chains. And so we collaborate with all the metaverse enthusiasts and the blockchain believers all together to explore for any possibilities or chances for the metaverse. Because in the most recent months, all the game fights or social things are very, very hyped, and people are talking about this all the time. So we wanted to use this alliance to collaborate with different teams and to check and share our opinions and ideas from different aspects of this whole industry and the whole circle to try to smoothly let us have a basic idea about how we're gonna treat this hype things generally, and what do we expect it gonna go in the long term or in the next coming 2 quarters. So basically, we wanted to have this consortium to be a neutral and intermediate platform for the projects, for the venture capitals, and for the public chains to connect and communicate with each other. But we don't have any hard coded inside to have to like blind everyone here specifically. It's more like a freelance, and whatever you want to have here, you have a chance to talk or directly get in touch with the project or the capitals or the public chains. And we wanted to talk about the market directions and share the opinions to help to build. So it's more like incubated area or the channel instead of just a pure investment alliance.
Wow, what a fantastic answer. Thank you, Johanna. All right, we actually have our first question coming from the Discord, and this is from Synaptic Algo, and he says, Johanna, thank you for joining us today. Are the VCs involved with this Metathon basing their funding on the blockchain used in the application, or are they blockchain agnostic?
Actually, I think they have their perspective, so they wanted to find the good projects, and they do not have a specific plan or target for this one before they see any projects submitted by our system. So I don't think they will be wholly blind here. They have their specific target because we also set our topics for the hackathon as well. So major, we have 5 themes involved. The first one is like the DAO tools, DAO infrastructure to help to build, and we have the financial NFTs. So we want to see if there are any creative ideas to help to connect with NFT and the financial products together, and also like NFT assets transfers cross-chain. So how do we better to use the digital assets among different metaverse platforms and also the different public chains? That's going to be one of the topics as well. So not all of the VCs and capitals are here. They have their own thoughts about which aspect they're pretty interested in it. So yeah.
Fantastic. And everybody keep those questions coming. This question, Johanna, is coming from Faresh. I hope I said that correctly. Hey, thank you for this AMA. I am currently working solo on an idea for the Metathon, but it won't be more than a very simple prototype. How much of a working version do the judges expect at the end of the hackathon? Or is there any disadvantage in entering the competition alone regarding the rating?
Actually, I think we are encouraging any type of the teams or the participants to jump into this hackathon. So we won't do the judges or the rating scores based on your team type. We just focus on the product. And also, we have 2 runs. So first run, we ask for the deck and white paper. And after the first run selection, we wanted to have it in like enhance about your product. We won't change the topic. We won't regroup or everything. Like there there is no big difference from what you were doing in the first round and to your final application. We just wanted to see whether there are more chances for groups to enhance their product during the whole hackathon, and we wanted to complete these slots or the product via the whole process. So it actually doesn't matter if you're alone or you're with a team. And if you are willing to have a team during this one, to find someone really to join in our team together to share with your ideas, we can help with that as well.
Okay, great. The one thing I would like to really clarify, so let me ask it in a more concrete fashion. Is it okay if someone, for the initial entry, not the finalist, but for the initial entry, put in an entry that has no code, only a white paper and a slide deck?
Yeah, that works as well. So for this one, I think because Metaverse is more like about the concept, and we actually don't want to have pure game projects because we have so many games already, and we want to see the tools or the infrastructures that help to build the game ecosystem instead of just pure playing the play to earn games or whatever the games. So if you have pretty good idea about how to gonna connect everything together, that's cool as well.
Okay, so that's really interesting. So, in other words, you are actually not only looking for directly user facing entries, you're also looking for tools to help people onboard developers into the metaverse universe and create dApps. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, correct.
All right, while we're waiting for some more questions to roll in, remember, people, this kind of opportunity does not come often. I did want to ask you a question about one of the tracks in the Metathon. It's called Socialfi, and that was one I did not personally understand. Could you explain that track a bit?
Yeah, of course. So for this one, actually, I wanted to find some products that is about the content creators. So we don't have like normally we use Twitters to share all the content, and now we have Mask Network who has already connected with Twitter pretty close. But I don't think that's enough for the Socialfi. So for this one, I wanted to see any projects or the platforms that developers could help users to like incent them to build more of their content and to have a more stable economy to boost everything in the long term instead of just pure fans community logic. So if any tools or platforms that could help users to share and also get whatever they deserve to get because of the content they're sharing or the quality of their images or whatever the art and also even the articles. I think that's going to be a very healthy circle for our artists or other content creators in the blockchain, especially if we could save everything in a public blockchain system. It will be deserved for a long-term development instead of just using like the Instagram or the Twitters connect with your social account. So that's I don't think that's enough for Socialfi. So I'm more interested or eager to see any creative ideas to about the content creator
Okay,
tools.
so let me explore this a bit if you don't mind, Johanna. Um,
Mhm.
are we also talking about, for example, like a blockchain based tiered royalty system where like one person puts out an element and then every time somebody uses it in the metaverse, they get a payment? Is that the kind of thing we're talking about?
Yeah, I think you could understand that way because it's what you mentioned here. It sounds like the open space system because once you submit or upload all your artists, you're gonna have a royalty fee there, and once it's traded on the secondary market, you're gonna have the reward again. But actually, I don't think that's enough. So if we have some good content sharing here, it's supposed to be a community or the healthy platform for all your fans or the people with similar topics there to share. Actually, I think Discord is a good place for this one to build with Socialfi. And the only thing I think the Discord is missing is about more uh interoperable platform because users here they don't have a very like currency related incentives for them to get involved for this one for now. They don't get whatever they deserve in the cash thing or in the money flow. So I think if we want to build this system, some people have specialties and they have some special skill set or whatever they could provide, and they could issue their own like fans tokens there. And they're supposed to have an ecosystem to help them to build their token system and to let them to involve in a more healthy environment instead of just like a scam and everyone sharing, no one gonna have the feedback, and that's gonna be useless.
Okay, like on Reddit, Neo instituted a tipping bot where people could give kudos, but it ended up being actually giving gas tokens. Is that the kind of thing you're talking about, or are you talking about something that's more complex involving a smart contract on the back end to facilitate it?
Yeah, I hope that's gonna be smart contract controlled instead of a centralized way. It's supposed to distribute it in an auto way and save everything on chain.
Okay, excellent, fantastic. Well, that's if anyone comes up with an idea, here's the place to submit it because there's obviously interest in it from the founders. All right, we have another question from Synaptic Algo. Can we anticipate the Metaverse Alliance hosting future Metathons after this one for those who are unable to apply to this one?
Of course, yeah, we are planning to do this in longer term. So every like regularly, we're gonna have different topics to host on the via this alliance team. So this time we are talking about the metaverse or the games related. Next time maybe the Web3. We don't know. So of course, if you're interested, just stay in touch with us, and we are welcome all the time.
All right, I also want to remind people that one of the really important aspects of this is that there's going to be counseling for anyone who applies. If you apply, if you submit an entry, and Johanna, correct me if I'm wrong in any of this, if you submit an entry, you're going to have your business plan looked at and critiqued by heavyweights in the industry. Is that correct, Johanna?
Yeah, correct.
That's the kind of thing normally you'd have to pay thousands of dollars for people. So please remember, I know these things kind of show up in kind of like an innocuous manner, but this is an important hackathon, and the Metathon is something that any developer that really needs a boost should pay attention to. All right. Oh, okay. So Adrian has posted a question. Hello, everyone. I was away for a few minutes, so my question might have already been answered. If someone has an idea or is already working on a project that they want to keep secret and therefore they do not want to join a public hackathon, is it possible to get funding from the Metaverse Alliance in private?
That's a kind of a tricky question. So at least, I don't know, maybe we can't provide any support via the Metaverse Alliance. But if you're interested in talking with any of our partnerships or our teams directly, I think you could get in touch with me directly.
Okay, Adrian, you heard it, but it might be worth it just to put together some kind of quick thing so you can get to talk to them. Just throwing that out there into the universe or the metaverse.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious which stage about this project it's already close the deal and about to launch the product in a few months, no, in a few weeks. So
Well, he's typing if we're all in suspense here. All right, while he's typing, just asking for everyone. Okay, thank you, Adrian.
okay.
Okay, here's another one. What is the broad vision for the Metaverse Alliance? What's the common theme that unites all the members?
Yeah, so basically we are here to wanted to support everything that we are interested in. So before we have this organization, everyone had jump into the game things and the metaverse things without any detail or clear conclusions about how does it perform exactly. So we want to use this first one is to help us to trying to understand no matter the areas or the countries like about the metaverse reactions generally, and also to hear the different opinions and thoughts from different like capitals or the project side and also the public trend side. So we wanted to be a platform to absorbing all the information what we can have here and to share in a higher level about how the general metaverse market perform for now and to be maybe prepared for the coming quarters because we know that in the next maybe 2 quarters, a lot of games going to be onboarded, and the market going to be maybe fluctuate again up and down. That's going to be very, very pretty complicated compared with just for now. So we wanted to have a basic understanding of how does people understand that for the general market, and what does the expectation we have from different aspects.
Excellent. All right, well, here's another one. What do you envision post-hackathon support to look like? Will the winning projects be incubated by the Metaverse Alliance, or will the Alliance leverage its network and connect the winning projects with the best ecosystem or incubation team?
I would say both. So it depends on which stage about this product already. So if it has a very early stage, just have a deck and the white paper. So it may do need more help from different aspects of the channels, either to build the coding things and to help to build the token design, token account design, and to find the venture capitals and to find the best fits for the public chains to be launched. But if it's already have their own plan and being like not the initial stage, or they find the seed round or the private round, then whatever they want here, maybe just some suggestions or the better resource connections, we could provide that as well. So I think both ways, we up to the product.
Okay. Here's one more. Is the Metathon going to be 100% digital, or will there be a physical gathering as well?
Yeah, we will be only online considering how the COVID things and everyone around the world. So it's pretty hard to have a physical. We will try next year. We will see, because we already have our office set in the US and also Singapore and in European. So we will try to have some chances to meet everyone off chain as well. But this time going to be online.
Fantastic. Next question. Granted, the Metathon was only recently announced. What are some examples of the types of developers entering the competition, if you have that information?
Yes, I just do a quick check before about all the applications here. So we do have some great ideas about the cross-chain transfers, like NFT cross-chain, and some use cases about the play to earn. Like it's more about the tools already. I think that's pretty interesting, because I'm interested and expected to see more tools and infrastructures. Because if we pure have games, but we can't have infrastructure to build everything together. So which means users have to open different tabs and download so many softwares to play for each game, and that will be more complicated. But if we already have some infrastructures, that will smooth all the industries a little bit and to easily onboard some traditional users and players, of course. So yeah, I've seen several products about that side.
So one metaverse to rule them all?
Hopefully. Yeah.
A metaverse to rule the metaverses, right?
Yes. I had to throw in a Lord of the Rings
exactly.
reference. Hey, by the way, though, have you seen... I'm sorry,
yeah.
Johanna, please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, even we think that's the best way or the expectations, but there are so many competitors there still. So that's another thing I wanted to discuss with our partnerships during the panel interview as well. So from the business side, how do you think we're going to interact with different metaverse platforms and ecosystems?
Right, here's a different kind of question. Is there anything you found interesting when listening to why a developer chose to build on one blockchain versus the other?
If that means the public chains, public ecosystems.
Yes, I would think so.
Yeah, like on Ethereum or on a layer 2, such as maybe building on Polygon, the Matic chain, or building on, as opposed to Solana or Neo or Avalanche.
Yeah, I'm not the developer, but I heard several things or the several types of answers about their choice when which ecosystem they wanted to join. The first thing is the support from the blockchain. So if they have the bounty program or the support, like to encourage products to be built on their system, that's going to be the most straightforward way for the product to jump in. As for example, the Avalanche and Solana, which pretty active these days to send the money out. And another thing is about the interactions with users. So for example, the Binance Smart Chains and the Polygons, lower cost, lower entry barriers, and easier for users to play the game if there is a lot of transactions involved about the game's strategies. And another thing is the game's focus chain, for example, the flow and the immutable X, so the layer 2, which already been labeled as NFT specific or the game specific. So from the coding side, it might be more friendly for developers to jump in and to connect with their either API or SDKs package to get involved with their system easily. So if they wanted to run a high quality games on different chains, I think also the data storage and how the storage speed could provide for the products to run their games in a higher quality. That's another question about the developers as well. So I actually more welcome to hear some voices from the developers to share how do they think about this problem, if they're really hard tech things that will block them from entering any ecosystem specifically.
Okay, and thank you for that detailed answer. Are there any developer chat channels specifically related to the Metathon?
Not really. We are actually happy to talk with any developer communities. Just as mentioned before, it's more like a neutral system, and we wanted to have different. We wanted to have different community developers to share their ideas, and actually there doesn't matter which one they wanted to set, because if it's just a logic or a good logic of the product, we could help to connect which ecosystem they're interested in.
And does anybody, we have a question from Adrian. Will we be able to follow the projects incubated or supported by the Metaverse Alliance in any communication channels like YouTube or Medium with periodic updates? And is there any plan for a blog or video log that follows the projects?
Yeah, of course. If we do have any selections about incubations via the Metaverse Alliance, we will share via our Twitter and the Medium platform. I could share the link after. Yeah, and maybe also the official site. We're gonna update on a regular basis.
More of a specific question here is, what will the Metathon offer developers that other hackathon events can't? Now, we've already covered the one-on-one business plan consultation, which is an amazing thing. But is there anything else you would like to mention, Johanna?
Yeah, actually, I think for now, if it's in initial stage of the project, I think it's about the games. So it's more important about how do we gonna share and design the token economic. So we have some specialists and we have some analysts about this area specifically. So that's still kind of like a one-on-one support, but actually it's about some resources connecting. So if you have some concerns or you want some advice via this, we could also onboard our partnerships for you to discuss with them actually as well.
All right. Next question. How will judging take place, and have the judges gotten together yet to solidify the criteria?
Yeah, we have several criteria and standards published on our official site, and that's about very, very. I think it's kind of subjective, to be honest. But actually, we will have some groups for the judges, and we'll share all the judging environment or the concerns after the selection period. So I don't think, how to say, the standards and criteria, no matter how concrete with that, it's still subjective. So we'd love to let the judges to share why they made the final decisions, of course, after the whole period. So yeah, hopefully that could make everyone, or trying to make everyone happy about that.
Okay, I'm putting a link in the chat right now to the Metathon main page and to the application form. And while everyone takes a look at that, Johanna, would you like to speak to the people about anything else that perhaps I missed or they did not ask about?
Yeah, thanks. And thanks for everyone's coming today. And actually, we are still under the application process. And we have already received a bunch of applications. And from really happy to have a chance to talk with you guys here. And I think for the new community, it's really a good chance for us to get in touch with everyone here as well, because it will be I think it's a great potential chain and community that we are looking for now. So if everyone have any questions specifically, and just feel free to let me know, and I will share my Twitter link via the chat as well. And also, if you have any concerns about the application process, just let me know as well. Even if you don't have any ready projects to submit this time, we could just keep in touch and to share any thoughts or ideas. I'm happy with that as well.
All right. One other thing, Sam from Neo Global Development, the wonderful host of this event, has asked everyone in the AMA today to please fill in this Google form with your email. That will help with how we disperse the prizes, and also we want to see who's applying to the Metathon. So please fill out that form and enter your email. And Sam, if you're here, if there's anything else you'd like to add about that, please do so. And we'll give Sam a chance to respond if he likes. In the meantime, folks, last minute call for questions. It's like 2 a.m. in the bar and things are getting a bit late. If there's anything else you'd like to ask, this is the time to do it. If not, in a few minutes, I'm going to wrap this up. Johanna has put her Twitter link and the Meta Alliance Twitter link in the chat.
Yes. So yeah, if everyone have any questions, just feel free to get in touch.
All right. And the way things stand as far as the NFTs and the bonuses are concerned, Johanna, you're going to choose the 5 questions that you like the most. And as far as the NFTs, they are going to be pulled from a random drawing after the AMA is over. We're going to run the best random number generator we can find and pull 5 people out of a list of attendees today. So if you have any questions about the process, please ask now. I see Ioannis. I think I'm saying that right, but he's typing a question. Johanna, there is a question I did want to ask. Just out of curiosity, normally, I mean, we've all been in this industry for a while. Everybody is part of some blockchain or an exchange or something, and very rarely do you see something like a consortium scenario like this one, where it really appears to be a neutral push to promote the entire, I don't want to say theme, but industry of Metaverse and blockchain. Can you tell me what the impetus for that was, how that came about?
Yeah. So basically, I think it sounds like a very huge picture here we were talking about. Actually, I don't expect or plan for such a huge thing from such a high level. And actually, for me, I'm just love to play games and happy to involve all the metaverse related platforms from my side. So I always play on-chain games, also Axis or whatever we have here. Actually, I just wanted to have a place that don't bias with any ecosystem specifically, but to have someone to share about the most creative and interesting ideas about the whole industry development in the longer term. So I'm happy to have Republic and LD to jump in to help me to organize these things all together. But actually, I'm looking forward to talking with the projects and the platforms in a closer way. So we have either the Discord or the Telegram chat or the Twitters to share the ideas and to help to see how could we contribute in this area for a longer term. So it's kind of similar with the DeFi Alliance, but actually I think even the Mary Circle or whatever, the huge alliance team here, from their side, their participants are very mature and well-organized organizations, I would say. So compare with them, this one is a brand new organization. So we don't have that so much experience before, but we are enthusiastic and we are eager to talk with the people here. So I think that's the slightly difference with what the major consortium on the market for now. And really happy if anyone interested to jump in and build together for the community.
Okay, I don't want to put you on the spot, but any particular favorite on-chain game?
Oh, I actually spent a lot of time to play the Dark Forest, but it's just time consuming, unfortunately. I still love it.
The Dark Forest. What a title. That's very
Yeah.
intimidating. All right, we have a question from Ioannis, and he's asking, how can the Metaverse Alliance help new projects?
Yeah, so it's either from the I would say how depends on what type the help the project need. So either the community side or the marketing side or the token design side or what the venture capitals they're looking for fundraising. So it's really depends on the product itself and the whole which stage still the product is at for now.
Okay, now, Ioannis, if you have a follow-up question or anybody else who asked a question previously, please do so. Now we have new kid on the blockchain. Hi, I have some ideas, but not all the skills. What is the best way to start? Should I find a team? Should I learn how to code myself? Do you have some tips? I do marketing and graphic design myself. So here's somebody that is trying to find a team. And do you have any points or advice for him? Her or her?
Mm, yeah, I think here is the news developer community, right? If you have some great ideas or the sales, you could directly share in this Discord group. And normally, I heard about the developers, they are sharing some either in the communities or via the GitHub and to try to publish whatever they have, even the very, very simple code to the publish and to let someone to share and to talk. So I think that's a good way to start a list. And if you have already some connections with a specific project that doing the similar things with you, maybe you could try to onboard and connect with them and to share some things about what you already have with them as well. Maybe that's will be an easy way for you to start. Yeah, hopefully I answer your question because I'm not doing the developers. I always trying to because I'm doing the data analysis. Always trying to get in touch with different data platforms and share my ideas or the analytics dashboards. So hopefully you could do the similar thing with any good developers communities.
Excellent. And new kid on the blockchain, if you have a follow-up question, please let us know. All right, everyone, this thing is starting to wind down now here. I'm not seeing any more questions from anyone. So unless anybody has another question, speak now or forever hold your Discord channel. All right. Johanna, anything else you'd like to say?
I think from my side, really appreciate everyone's joining here again. Yeah, really appreciate.
Fantastic. All right. Okay, everybody. Well, that concludes today's AMA session. Thank you, Johanna, a million times for taking the time to educate us about the Metathon. And I want to thank all of you for attending. It is your passion and desire to build dApps for the Neo N3 platform that inspires us all. And I also want to thank Jobsters, aka Jesse, for his help with the session, and Dolly for waking him up. And of course, a huge thank you to Sam and Neo Global Development for Neo N3 for making this event happen. Until next time, this is Robert Oshler saying goodbye.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks, Johanna. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Take care.
Bye.